know you're somewhere.
Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. My name is Cam. Today Virgo, you guys have Armadillo Spirit Set Healthy Boundaries number 3. Oh Virgo. With this coming out and the dog, which means loyalty, you have 2 dogs here. I'm getting, again, somebody might have a dog, but like who doesn't at this point? I'm getting 2 things. I'm getting like, be loyal to yourself. If you're loyal to yourself and you show love to yourself, then you set healthy boundaries. It's a person who doesn't have a lot of love for themselves that doesn't know how to set a boundary. It's like, oh, well, like I want this person to really like me, so I'm going to do this for them. Even though I'm uncomfortable with it, even though I don't want to do it, I'm going to do this for them. That's what they're trying to tell you, like for whoever this is. It's like, if you love yourself, be loyal to yourself. And if you're loyal to yourself, do what's only in your, do what only you can do that will bring you comfort. Like, don't worry about somebody else's comfort. Don't worry about someone else's like pleasure. Don't worry about someone else's anything. Worry about how you feel in the situation. I feel like you're too much about like, oh, how do they feel? How will they feel? No. Worry about yourself. And with the child here and the dog, I feel like some of you guys, this could be someone that you're attracted to that's like, at first I thought like this could be somebody else who's like super, you know, vulnerable and like, you know, like, you know, they're very loyal to you. But I'm getting that this is you. Like, you're the child, like, energy. You're the one that's like, oh, like, you're the one thinking of, like, the best case scenario. You know what I mean? Well, like, even though they did this, this, and this, like, the best thing, this is what's going to really happen. Like, and I think you have to kind of bring yourself down to earth because, unfortunately, we live in the 3D where everyone's hurt and everyone's kind of messed up and everybody is just reacting out of, like, old programming at times. And it's like, how do you trust like yourself in the situation by setting healthy boundaries? So it's like, you can't control what anyone else is going to do right now. You cannot control like how someone else is going to act. You can't control if they're going to act like, you know, a good person or a bad person. You can't control that, but you can control your own boundaries and you can have your own limits and you can be very like sure of what you want to accept and what you don't want to accept. So this is what I feel like they're trying to say, like, be very firm with your boundaries right now. I feel like someone might come and test them. Or like you might be too trusting of somebody right now, and I feel like they're trying to warn you, like, make sure you keep your boundaries high. So let's see who this is about. I feel like this isn't love, but let's see. Okay, Virgo, we're gonna pull more. But like the gist of this read is like they want you to turn off your emotions in dealing with this person to a certain extent. Like you're coming up as Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like you're the feminine. You're coming up as Queen of Cups in reverse with emotions in reverse. I don't think that's because you don't care about this person. I think they're trying to say like you have to look at this from like a perspective of someone outside, right, of a situation, right? Like, so let's just say like me, right? Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who they are. If you just told me like what was going on, I could tell you straight up like, okay, sounds like you should do this or you should do that, or you know what I mean? Like, I would just be careful with this. Like, oh, does this person seem like a good person or not? Like, my perspective would be an outside perspective, right? Because I don't know either of you. And that's kind of how they want you to look at this perspective, like at this person. This masculine energy is confusing. We have King of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Cups, Knight of Swords in reverse, and then the Emperor. So we have Aries, we have air, and then we have earth, and then we have water. So it's like they could literally be any sign. We have every freaking thing out here. Aries is fire, air, cup, yeah. I don't know who this is. We're going to have to go harder into who this is. Like, I'm not sure who this masculine is. Like, this masculine's coming up. No wonder why you're confused, though, because they're coming up very confusing to me. Like, they come up, they're in reverse in 2 cards and upright in another 2 cards. So this person is confusing enough to deal with, right? And putting love into the equation with this person is going to make it even that much harder to get a sense of who they are. So I feel like you're trying to analyze someone. You're trying to see, like, you're trying to figure out who this person is. And I think a lot of you guys are wanting to just be very loyal, very childlike, run to this person, give them whatever, you know, like, just be like super yourself. And in being yourself, you're just very giving. You're very emotional. You're very open. You're very, you know, like, loyal. And they're telling you, you have to create your own justice in the situation. And the only way that you're going to find the balance with this person and the balance in your life is if you look at this person from an outside perspective. Like, no love involved. Like, what's the actions of this person? Is this person treating me fairly? Is this person doing what's the right thing? Like, picture it's your little sister, your little brother talking to this person. Would you think this is a good or a bad person? That's what they want you to do. They're like, bring yourself down to earth. A lot of you guys are going like to the stars, and you're thinking of all these fantasies and shit, and you're thinking about like what could be. No, think about like what is going on right now. What are they doing right now? Not like what could they be and what could we be and what could, like, you know, if the situation unfolds this way, like then we're gonna get like this, like that, and like this. No, what is going on right freaking now? Like, what are they doing right now? Today, what did they text you? Did they call you? Did they show love to you? Are they consistent with you? Do they give a fuck? Like, you'll know if it's a yes or a no. And that's what the divine saying, bring this down to earth. You're going too like up in the sky with this shit. Like, you're going too much into your fantasies of what could be, and you're not looking at like what's happening on earth. So this is kind of like, it's weird for them to say like come down to earth, but they're like come down to earth with this person. That's why I'm getting hard. Like, come down to earth. And I'm not saying that like this person is bad or good. I'm saying like, if you come down to earth, you'll see the reality of the situation. A lot of us don't want to see the reality of the situation because, you know, why would we want to see, you know, but the thing is, like, you want to get a gist of who this person is, and it's not gonna, like, I'm getting here, you have your choice to make. This is either gonna go really badly with the Ten of Swords upright or really good with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So it's like your decision right now on this person is gonna either take you to betrayal or it's gonna take you down another path. And I'm not saying that this going towards this person is gonna lead to betrayal. I'm saying like, the only way that you can get to this Ten of Swords is if like you don't set up firm boundaries. So it's like this person can show you who they are, and they might show you like they're not a great person and they're not a trustworthy person, they're not a loyal person. But if you continue to pursue them, you are going to get betrayed. Like, that's a sure thing. Again, maybe this person is showing you that they're very loyal, that they're very loving, that they're like everything that you need, and you don't trust them. That's going to lead to betrayal of yourself. So you see what I'm saying? Like, either way, they're trying to prep you for a decision that needs to be made on this person. And maybe you're having a lot of questions about this person, and like you want to hit up your friends or you want to ask others. And right now, like, you have all the answers yourself. You just have to figure it out. So a lot of you guys are just not looking at like the reality of who this person is. Like, again, bring it down to earth. You're, again, up in the clouds with the Nine of Cups. Like, things are going to be so beautiful. Like, we might have kids. We might have kids, and we might have all these like fantasies, and it's not the reality. Unfortunately, you have to look at like what's going on right now. So they're saying like your destiny, it's like actually a really important time for you, because your destiny right now is very much tied to what you decide to do right now. And right now it's in your head. You have to be a little bit in your head. You have to be a little bit like, okay, what's the reality? What's the truth of this person? Again, it's like looking at a person from a perspective of like, what are their actual actions? Like, are they actually doing what they say they're going to do? Are they actually putting efforts towards me? Or am I just giving them a lot of like love and faith, and they're just kind of doing whatever they want? Like, who is this person? I want to pull a little bit on them, because they're getting like weird cards. They're inconsistent, I think, also. So that's not helping, because they're coming up like in reverse, upright, in reverse, upright. Like, they're inconsistent themselves. All right, I'm getting a lot of things, okay? For some of you, this person, there's something that they're keeping from you with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Or there's some, like, not a lie necessarily, but like something that they have kept from you. Or something, some type of way that they made you feel like you couldn't trust them. Like, their word was not something that you could trust with the Knight of Swords in reverse. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this was someone who was very unstable. Now they're stepping into Emperor energy, which is weird. Like, they go from this energy of being like, you can't depend on them, you can't trust them, to the Emperor. For some of you guys, I feel like it's a facade. Like, this person wants to be treated like an emperor, but they're not an emperor. You know what I mean? They want to be treated like they're the king and whatever. They like, you know, people should kiss the ground that they walk on, but they're not that type of person. They're actually, you know, not shady, but like, you can't trust them. That's for some of you. for others of you, like that's a sure thing. Like all of you guys are starting off with someone who's like in bad health. So there's someone you can't trust. There's someone that's not stable. Like, and that's you're going up in the clouds with this person thinking like all these beautiful things about them. In reality, they're not all that. And that's what love does, which is why they want you to take the cup energy out. Another thing I'm getting with this person is that, like, this is for some of you. I really don't feel like this is for all of you. Like, for some of you, this person, with the journey and the pathway, this person has been journeying towards change in themselves, journeying towards like a big change within. And with pathway, this talks about years, you know, like actually years that it's taken this person to get to this point. So it's as I'm saying, like for everyone's different. Like if you just met this person, you know, I don't know if this is going to be exactly for you, but I'm getting the reading deviates. Like for some of you guys, this person is in bad health right now. Do they have like the capability of getting to be an emperor? Yes. But are they there right now? No. And that's exactly what we've been talking about, right? Like a lot of you guys, you see like the potential of this person, but is that who this person is right now? No. And that's the reality. Like the reality is that this person has this potential, but are they going to get there? Nobody knows. For some of you, for very few of you, this person is there right now. This person has made it with the journey and the pathway they have taken years to get to the emperor, and they are standing in emperor energy. So you're going to have to decipher, but for a lot of you guys, they're not there yet. I mean, it takes years to get here, and it's a choice that you have to make to get here. Like a choice that you have to make to want to change, to want to be different, to want to be the emperor. It takes time. You see the journey card, it takes a lot of beginnings and a lot of endings to get there. So a lot of you guys are dealing with someone who, again, they're not there. And you see the potential in them, but they haven't made it there yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fantasy. It's a beautiful fantasy, but it's not the reality. And then for others of you, very few, I do feel like this person has made it to this emperor energy. And then we have marriage at the bottom of the deck. So if this person, you know, comes around, I don't know if it's been years since you've spoken to this person. What's going to be the decision? I mean, I honestly feel like if they are actually the emperor and they have had this major transformation and it has been years since you've spoken to them, years since, you know, you guys have been together, then yeah, there is that potential. Yes, 100%. But this person has had to go through a journey. And again, the pathway card talks about years. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, this person, the person that you're dealing with has changed and you've only known them for like 2 months. There's no way. You know what I mean? This takes years to get to this part. I want to pull on like, if you choose this person, what will happen? So Virgo, I feel like the reality is that like this person, for some of you, again, you're going to put, I see two paths here. I keep seeing two. Some of you are going to put energy and work into somebody who it's like no secret that they're not shit, you know, like they're not shit. Like it's just, it is what it is. They're not the emperor. You're going to put work into it and it's not going to end well for you. 10 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse. Like you're going to put work into somebody that is not worth the work that you put in. And you know that, and you think like they'll change and you think things will work out and you think in years maybe they'll be the emperor. No, they will never be. Again, and it's tricky because it's like, how come some people have the potential to get to the emperor and some don't? Like everyone does have the potential, but do they all get there? No. So like some of you guys are going to invest in this person and they'll never make it to the emperor. That's the truth. And it's like, it's no secret. So it's like, it's no secret. So my biggest advice is like, you're dealing with someone who's a little toxic, like just stop talking to them. If they come back around and you see that they've changed, then there might be some like actual thing that you can put work into this person with, you know what I mean? But like for right now, this person's toxic, let them go. They have to go on their journey alone, not with you. Okay? If you were to like be with this person right now, it would just end really badly because they haven't done any changes. They're not going to do any changes. It's only alone that they're going to make these changes. Okay? For others of you who are actually dealing with the emperor or think that you're dealing with the emperor, I'm getting here that this person, even though they might be sitting in emperor energy, it's still gonna be like a challenge. It's still gonna be hard. Like it's nothing is easy in life, but like it's still gonna be hard. With the Page of Coins, the Devil, and the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like this person might have like some sort of fear of commitment, and they're gonna want to work very slowly. And maybe that's gonna make you feel like you're not living in your truth because this person's moving in such a slow way. So I feel like it's gonna be very difficult because again, it's like, yes, this person is sitting in Emperor energy, but like, does that mean that your fantasies are gonna happen with this person and things are gonna be like what you think it is? No. Like it's still gonna be hard. It's still gonna be something where it's like you're gonna have to put a lot of work into it. This person might want to move very slowly. This person might have fear of commitments. Like again, like I just see like this person, if they are the Emperor, it's still gonna be slow. And a lot of you guys want like, you know, that marriage. Again, marriage came out at the bottom. You want to marry this person. You see like your future with this person. And all I'm getting is like, even if that is the case, like this person does become the Emperor. This person, you wait for them for years, or you don't wait for them, but you guys end up meeting again years later. This person is the Emperor. And then you decide to work with this person. This person, I feel like, might have some sort of fear of commitment, and they need to work through that. Or they might want to take the relationship very slowly, and that's something that you don't want to do. So again, it's still going to be a challenge for you, Virgo, because it's not like your fantasies are coming true. Like someone's saying, like, I want to go really slow. I don't want to, you know, let's just take everything very slowly. That's not what you're going to want. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest. I don't know for who this reading is, but I just see like Virgos right now in terms of love, like, it's going to be very hard for you not to live in the fantasies of your head, but in the reality of this person is like, it's like the reality of life. Like you want life to be, you know, like a Snow White movie where the birds sing and like, you know, good shit is always happening, and, you know, magic is all around and shit like that. And it is to a certain extent, but there also is the harsh reality of life. And the harsh reality of how people have been hurt, and the harsh reality of like how people need to move slowly, and how we're not always on the same page. And I'm just getting here, like, if you do decide to be with this Emperor, it is going to take a lot of work. It is going to take a lot of work. It is going to be hard. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. My biggest advice, Virgo, is to set healthy boundaries. Like, doesn't matter if you're dealing with the toxic person or the Emperor version, like wherever you're at in your timeline, it doesn't matter. The real thing is like, protect yourself. Be like honest to yourself, be faithful to yourself. No one else is going to be. If this person wants to treat you the right way, they will, and if they don't, they won't. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys want to commit to somebody that you know is toxic, and a lot of you guys want to commit to somebody that it's gonna, like, you think it's gonna be a fantasy and it's not. So that's the two things I'm getting. Like, some of you guys are just gonna commit to this person because in your head it's like so beautiful, and it's not in reality at all that way. And for others of you guys, you want to commit to this person, you see them as the Emperor, but it's still gonna be a lot of work. Like, it's not the fantasy that you think it is. Like, it's actually gonna be a lot of work. It's actually gonna be hard. And it's like, I guess, but I feel like every relationship is a lot of work. So if you do want this commitment with this person, it's gonna take work. So let's pull some advice. Yeah, look at this. Overcoming obstacles is your advice with deceit. I think it's you who deceives yourself. You, by saying like, again, living in the fantasy world that you create in your head, it's not the reality. Like, what is the reality? What is the reality? The reality is like, even if this person is the Emperor, it's gonna take work. The reality is like, maybe this person is not the Emperor, and you shouldn't even be investing your time. So everyone's gonna have a different, like, whichever one you think is your storyline. But then we have Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. I feel like this advice is for somebody who is up here. That, you know, it might have been years that you waited for this person, or this person comes back around years later, and then like you think like everything is going to be a fantasy and everything's going to be so beautiful, and it's not. Like, I mean, it is beautiful, but it's going to take work. It's going to be different than you imagined in your head. So I feel like, Virgo, this reading is more of like a reality check. Like, you have a lot of these ideas that things are going to be like a movie or things are going to be like the show, and in reality, like, things might not be that way. So it's kind of like come back to earth energy. That's what I'm getting, like, come back to earth, come back to the reality. Like, I think you have to trust in, like, not only your own soul's timing, but this person's soul's timing. So, like, everybody's moving in accordance to their own soul and, like, the timing that their soul has. So, like, you can't push somebody. Like, I feel like here, it's like you meet the emperor and you want straight, like, commitment right away, and this person's not maybe ready to be in the commitment that you want to be in. Or they're not ready to, you know, be married. Maybe they're ready to be in a relationship. They're not ready. Like, I just see you here pushing for, like, your fantasies to come true. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, but just put a little bit of reality into the fantasy. Like, the reality is, like, this person's perspective is this, and this. This person thinks differently than me. This person wants different things than me. How do we make things work? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like how to make things work. Not how do you make things work for yourself. How do you make things work for the both of you? Okay? But yeah, that's what I'm getting. Virgo, I love you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye.